My voice is coming back a little bit. When you see me doing this, it's because I put like a mirror because I turned my phone around. You guys probably already know that I'm using a jitterbug phone because I like the emergency button, but I don't know why I can't switch in the middle of a video from a front video to a back video, so I just end up turning the back to me and then using like a mirror, and I keep going like this to see if I'm on camera because I'm going to finish up the September 2015 Cosmo and then we're going to go to another Cosmo. But before I do that, I just wanted to talk to you about some of the things they're telling me. Okay, I'm going to start with this. They said the reason they started listening to me was because they said I was psychic, but they then tell me things before it happened. So let's try to put this together. If I'm the one who's psychic, why would they have to tell me things before it happened? That doesn't make any sense. So I think that's just a way of them trying to explain why they needed to stalk and harass me in order to make money. Because when you think about it, if they can predict that because they're obviously psychic, will have a great way of making money, they can then steal my ideas by listening to me. They can then use me for their plans. So I think they're the ones who are psychic. They're able to know that I will be able to come up with something, and they know exactly when because they surveil me all the time, and then they can steal the idea from me. And that's my point. They even tried to steal this from me, this channel. Well, how? Because they said, well, if we come up with suggestions and talk in the background of your video and we can make you say a word, then we're contributing to it. Then they wanted to steal it by saying, we don't want you to make any videos. Take all your videos down. So it's always about them. And that's one of the problems with dealing with these types of people. See, they're angry that I posted things publicly so people could follow what was going on. And so when they decided that I'm the bad person, they forced themselves on me. Now think about that. Again, it's always about them. How many times have you in your life said, I noticed someone's a bad person. Let me force myself on that person. No one does that. I usually do it. Everybody does that. Today I'm doing no one does that. No one says, that's a bad person. Let me go right next to that person. Let me become friends with that bad person. Nobody does that. So that is nobody does that. I'm going to tell you another thing about them. So we learned 2 things about them by their actions, not by the talking. So someone said, well, it's the talking. If you're going to surveil someone, why would you talk to that person? Well, that's about the control over that person. Not only am I going to get you, meaning they're going to catch me on a hot mic, but they're going to control me. I'm going to make you rub your eyes. How do they do it? They hit me with something. They spray something. I'm going to make you scratch your nose. How do they do that? They hit me with something. They heat that specific area up. So it's not so much just about watching, the word watching, because watching is when you just sit back and you watch. It's about controlling. So the next part of that is that they know in advance what I'm going to do because they watch me do it, and I usually do the same thing. I'm in the privacy of my own apartment, which is not private now. And they watch me for so long that I do the same damn things all the time. I mean, think about it. So when you think about that, then you add the fact that they're psychic. They know things before they happen because they're the ones doing it. So it's a complete link. They do it, and it happens. That's the circle. That's the circle. They do it, and it happens. So I'm not psychic. The last part of that is if they wanted to surveil me, they could have done it and I never would have been aware until they started talking out loud. Do you understand what I'm saying? They wanted me to know
That's the problem. They keep coming back to the point where, when did you first know? I first knew when you wanted me to know. You want to know how? Because they talked out loud. Anybody could be a peeping Tom. How would you know a peeping Tom is a peeping Tom unless the person specifically makes it known and you catch the person? How would you know someone's secretly listening to you? It's the moment they want you to know. And why do they want you to know? Because they want the power and control over you. That's how. And that's why. They said I always ask why. I don't have to ask why anymore. I don't have to. They said it. It's power and control over me. You heard that little noise? They said that's my throat. Because when they targeted my throat, so I could, that's the other thing. They said, you're faking all this. So I'm faking doctors' diagnoses and physical therapy and hospital admissions. I am now the best actress on earth because I can fake illness. Are they nuts? Why would I fake this? I hope I'm on camera. Why would I fake this look? They used to say, we gave you a black eye. You understand me, folks? Now, I'll get to the Cosmo. So, in the previous video, I told you guys that this is an article about screwing up and how it's so rare to see perfection. I think, people like to talk about, things that happen in the world. Is there, I don't know whether, nature is perfect or not, but it's rare to see perfection. Sometimes, they say certain things look good. And then when you try to recreate that, it can't happen again. And that's my point. I don't think it's possible to recreate things. So I'm going to tell you, in this case, the days, I'm going to call them the days because I've started identifying them and exposing them. But they wanted to recreate elements of my life. I'm 49. How the F can you recreate something that happened when you were in 4th grade? Come on, folks. Let's get with it. I don't know what the kids say now, but we used to say, get with it, get with the program. I don't know. How do you recreate something? Why would you do that to somebody? Because you don't care. That's my point to this. They don't care about me. So here's another reason why I like the Cosmo magazines. This is an actual person. So they have a lot of things like actual person people. Like I'm an actual person. Do I have these shoes? Oh, I have a pair of shoes similar. I'm going to put up a pair of shoes that are similar to this by Vince Camuto. So if you're interested, I put things up on eBay under Bargainbusterbin, and I'll have a link to it in the video description. So I'm going to put up a pair of shoes similar to these. But I like these types of things. So they said, well, you used to believe in a horoscope. I talked about that in a previous video. I don't believe in the prediction. And that's my point. Now that kind of makes sense. I started the video talking about how they're psychic. I believe that they're con artists, to tell you the truth. And their psychicness is not psychicness. It's doing something and then figuring out the result. So I think that's the same thing they did with me. They wanted to make me sick. They found a way to make me sick. They wanted me to become someone who would be alienated. They found a way to do it by breaking into the apartment. So I have to kind of stay inside more. They wanted me to have drama, so they found a way to coerce drama. So I'm telling you, folks, those are the types of people who would have me into a horoscope. They would probably be the ones that would have sent me personalized horoscopes based on what they would do to me, so that I would become that type of person. I know you folks are smart, so you follow exactly what I'm saying. So they don't like the fact that I am like all these other people in the world talk about things. Everyone does it. People do it even in a magazine. Do you know what I'm saying? So how come they wanted my world to be different from the real world? As I'm coming up with these things and as I talk to you, it starts to sink in. That's what they wanted. They wanted me to be that person who didn't have any semblance of reality. I would have been a complete loon because I would not have known that it's okay to speak up. It's okay to have opinions. Nobody's going to get me if I have opinions. That's my point. That's the world they wanted to create for me. That if I dare to talk up, they're going to get me. If I dare say or do something wrong, they're going to point it out and embarrass me. If I dare have conflict and I try to defend myself, they're going to hit me. They're going to hurt me. That's my point. That's my point. And for those of you who know these types of people and know who they are, that's who they are. And I learned I have to fight back. So they would have said I'm a flaky person. I'm not a flaky person. Those folks who know me know I'm not flaky. And like I always say whenever I see Lupita, she's one of the most beautiful looking women I've ever seen. She's just so gorgeous. So gorgeous. So I'm going to now go from this magazine. This was the Demi Lovato September 2015 to this other magazine. I'm going to have to use, but what's this? Okay, this is August 2015. And there's Sarah Jessica Parker. All right, let's go do that. So I'm going to list that other one on eBay. So here is one cover. I didn't open it. You see how you can open it in this middle? I didn't open it. Here's another Sarah Jessica Parker cover, and it can be opened. So they said, oh, whenever you're looking through the magazine and you're pointing stuff, you always touch inappropriate parts. Could you live with these people? Could you imagine, like, I'm looking through a magazine and I'm pointing to things. Oh my God, you pointed to her crotch. Oh my God, how? How do these people exist in the real world? So, let me open this one. Oh, good. Let's see, I'm trying to... Oh, see, it's CoverGirl. I love that they use these drugstore brands because I love drugstore brands. Oh, let me see if I can open this one. Let's see what's there. Oh, okay. Again, CoverGirl. I think I have this mascara. Is this the one I have? Wait, let me just take a quick look. I try to pause when I have to look for something because I may end up taking too long to find it. Oh, wait, let's see. This is what I have. Is that the same one? Lash Blast Volume. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. It's affordable. So this is the same thing I have. And let me see this other cover. My voice is trying to come back, so I'll flip some pages. And, oh, this one is stuck. I'm going to open it. Okay, let's go. Uh-oh, that one's not opening. I'm not going to open it then because it's not opening. What I'm going to do is I'll flip the pages so I can get my voice back.
Ooh, this is cool. You know what? This would be a great gift to put in the jars. You know how I always tell you guys recycle, reuse, repurpose your jars? Like, here are some jars I have. Let me show you. You see? To put some beauty products in a jar. That would be such a good idea for your friends or your family or you. I used to always buy a gift for myself when I went shopping. I get something for somebody else and I get a gift for me. You know, I did a project once where I decorated my cell phone case. That was a fun little craft project. So, with this system, I'll call it, if I have something happen to me, they feel that they can use what happened to me for themselves. No, it still belongs to me, especially if I'm the one who told you what happened to me. So if I tell somebody something They feel like they can use that and create a video based on it, not the reality of it, because they weren't there. Or even if they were there, they don't know how I felt about it. So it's not just the idea that they don't want me sharing my stories with you folks. They want the stories for themselves. And that's the problem. And the problem is they feel like my life belongs to them. And that's what they said this system was. They said they were making money off my life. And my problem with that is I'm on welfare. Okay? I'm on welfare. That's my problem. So, who is the person at fault? Oh, they're going to cut me off because I'm telling you guys the truth. They don't like the truth. Because when I'm telling you the truth, it makes sense. And their explanations for this don't make sense. If I'm under police surveillance, quote unquote, they wouldn't be talking to me. The police don't surveil people and talk to them. That wouldn't make any sense. These are people who are stalkers. They are abusers. They're listening to me and responding like I'm having a conversation with my mom and they're like knocking in response. That's